it's me. The lighting on this video is going to be terrible because I'm actually outside. Tanya is fast asleep. I wanted to say sorry again for slacking on videos, but I actually sort of damaged our camera and it had to be fixed, and now it's better. So, but anyway, so I wanted to say thank you so much for the outpouring of support from my last video. I really can't thank you guys enough for the kind words and the support and everything that you said. It made me feel a lot better, and I think it actually gave me the courage to get another doctor, which I did, and I love her. She is fantastic. I told her when I went in about what happened with the last doctor, and she was appalled. She was very upset. She said that, you know, obviously the weight is not ideal, but she doesn't see any reason why we can't keep going forward, and doesn't understand why that doctor put so much pressure on just that. Also, because of the PCOS, she was like, you know, you're going to have a really hard time keeping your weight down and getting your weight down. So she was really upset that that doctor didn't take that more into consideration. So this doctor is wonderful. So I've got a lot to update you guys on, and I apologize that Tanya's asleep. She got a new job. Our schedules are completely opposite, so it's been very hard for us to get together to do videos anyway, because I was going to try to do one on my phone, and it just didn't work out. So, but we are starting again, and it may be more me sometimes than both of us, or than her, and I apologize for that too. We're just trying to get used to these new schedules, and I've been working a lot. I've been picking up shifts here and there and where I can, to try to make some extra money for this whole process. But anyway, so I went into the doctor, and I was actually really concerned, and I apologize, there may be TMI, but my HCG came back negative, so I was not pregnant, but I was not getting a period. Then I started bleeding, and then I haven't stopped in 7 weeks. So when I went to the doctor, there actually was some concern about cervical cancer, uterine cancer, and those sorts of things, because I was just continually lightly bleeding. So they did an ultrasound, they did some testing, and it's just that the PCOS is getting worse. So I was put on birth control, Loestrin, and which also could be contributing to the still bleeding part. And I was also put on Metformin. I started with 500 milligrams once a day for a week. I did okay with that, but there were some GI signs. I was nauseous, I was having food aversions, and then we upped it to 500 milligrams twice a day, and I was incapacitated. I couldn't go to work, I couldn't get out of bed, I was vomiting constantly, I couldn't keep anything down, I couldn't keep Powerade down, I couldn't keep bland food down, literally nothing. So we added a really big box of ondansetron, and after about a week and a half to 2 weeks of the twice a day, it is much more tolerable. I still have my moments, but it is much, much better than it was before. So we have been doing that. I'm going to show you my medications in a minute, but I am almost done with the birth control. I've got one more day of blue pills left, which is tomorrow. And then I'm going to call her, and she's going to call in a Clomid script. Yay! And we are going to try that. So I'm really excited. I'm hoping things are going to go well. I have sort of been getting in my own head recently about the weight. It's just been very hard. Even when I was vomiting and couldn't eat anything, I lost 10 pounds, and then immediately when I started eating a bland diet, I gained 4 back. So it's very discouraging, and depending on what I read, it's different. Sometimes I read that as long as you're healthy and going to your doctor, that having a plus-size pregnancy can go perfectly normal and be perfectly fine. And then I go to Google and read lots of terrible things, and some doctors say it's okay and some doctors say it's not. And we have friends who just went for their gender scan and found out that they lost their baby, and she's a very big girl, and they think part of it was the weight. She had other issues too. She had high blood pressure, and she also had an issue with some kind of clotting disorder, so that was also a big part of it, but I'm just devastated for them, and I'm worried. I'm worried that I'm going to be worried through a whole pregnancy. I mean, and that's obviously thinking far too far ahead because we haven't even been successful yet trying to conceive, so. But I don't know if I should pay attention to these things. I don't know if I should. It's hard. It's a lot of contemplating. I don't want to wait, especially because knowing that, you know, trying to lose the weight is just, it takes forever and it's really hard, and it's not that I'm not trying, it's just very difficult. So I don't know if I'm doing the right thing or not doing the right thing. I don't know. And this could partially be part of that doctor that I saw before getting into my head. I mean, my doctor is aware of what my weight is, she's aware of what my health issues are, and she just told me to keep working at it while we're trying to do this. So if she's not super concerned, should I be super concerned? I don't know. I actually wish that I had my camera during when I was feeling not so good from the metformin, because even though I felt really crappy, I think that it would have been a good experience sort of to document how I was feeling, because I wasn't prepared for it to be as bad as it was. I mean, my doctor did say I was going to feel miserable, but I felt like I was going to die. I felt really terrible and really, really sick. I couldn't do anything at all. I am like just in these past couple of days starting to feel better. So I ended up having to take a little bit of time off of work because I couldn't function, and now I'm trying to work as much as I can while I feel better to make up for what I lost. So that's kind of where we're at. I'm going to go inside and I'm going to show you my medications so you can see where we are. And then I have to call my doctor on Thursday. Maybe I'll call her tomorrow since I'm going to take the last blue pill tomorrow and talk to her about the Clomid. So I will probably update very, very soon now that the camera's working, and I'm going to try very hard not to drop it. So this is my giant box of ondansetron that keeps me going during the week. And this here is my Metformin. And this is the low estrogen birth control. They gave me samples so that I didn't have to pay for it. She gave me like 3 months just in case. But I am almost up to these little pills here. And my first day of bleeding is when she's going to call in the prescription for the Clomid with the instructions and all of that. I don't know what day I'm supposed to take the Clomid, but I'm sure that will become more apparent when I talk to her. So I actually found out that because of how bad the PCOS is and how many periods I skip, she's concerned about higher cancer risks in the future. So I'm probably going to have to be on the metformin and birth control for life, or until menopause, I guess, after we have a baby. So it's something I'm just going to have to get used to. She said that metformin does make a lot of women who have PCOS feel better once they get past that initial really crappy feeling part. So this is something I'm just going to have to get used to, I guess. Because when you don't have a period, your uterine lining builds up, and that can be that can cause a much higher risk for cancer. So we are going to continue with birth control and metformin after having a baby, but she is hopeful that this won't deter us from starting a family. So this is where we are right now. My giant box of life-saving ondansetron. Magical life-saving anti-nausea medication. So I've just been trying to stick to eating pretty well. I can't eat a lot of fatty foods. I can't eat a lot of dairy. There's lots of stuff that there's like a list of stuff that I can't eat because it'll make me vomit, and the list is getting longer and longer every day, and the amount of foods that I can eat is getting shorter and shorter every day. So my niece actually we talked to her tonight, and she can't eat dairy for 6 weeks. And I told her that was okay because I can't eat dairy right now either. So it's cool, no biggie. I had no idea that you had to take it at the same time every day. So for a while I was messing it up through the first week. I am not used to being on birth control. So, yeah, that's it. These are the wonderful medications. And I'll let you guys know what the doctor says. Thank you so much for watching. Please like and subscribe, comment. We'd love to talk with you. And we'll see you next time.